Launched in 2012, SAFAR Film Festival is a week-long platform for popular Arab cinema. The 2014 edition looked at both contemporary and historic cinema, with screenings showcasing UK premieres alongside cinematic masterpieces, many of which are rarely presented outside the Arab world. 13 films, inspiring talks, and a film trivia exhibition, this festival brought us close to what Arab film is all about. Noreen Abu-Un, one of the festival's directors, tells us more.
I met Omar Khalaif, who is the SAFAR artistic director, and together we produced a program. Obviously, Omar's creation and his understanding of film, he's a film historian, was integral to that in creating the first festival to showcase greatest hits from the Arab world. All the films have a popular theme. So they're either popular because the stars are very well known in the region, or the directors are very well known, or they've been critically acclaimed, or they've had huge box office successes. Response from audiences has been very, very positive. People want us to do it every year, and I wish we could do it every year, but we're doing it every 2 years to, I guess, make people thirsty for Arab cinema. And it's been a very, very positive response from everybody.
ببتسم من كتر حبي للعالم ببتسم من كتر خوف وعيت عليه وعنيا المفتوحة على القلم كأنها وجع يبص ويبتسم.
Among the many films we had the chance to see, some of the highlights were the award-winning Factory Girl, directed by Muhammad Khan, who we had the pleasure of speaking with.
I always make films about people, and I always wanted to make a film about a girl working in a factory. That's a spring point, you know. And that's the beginning of it. And see this girl and how the society treats her. How can she liberate herself from taboos and all these things? Yes, interested me. Yeah. In this one, my wife worked on it. And she didn't know much about the factory girls. So she decided to go and work in a factory for about 10 days or something like that. And I knew somebody who owned the factory, and she did go without the girls knowing that she's a scriptwriter. Otherwise, you know, she was not spying on them, but she wanted to feel the language they're talking, the world they're living in. And the result is this film. Women, unfortunately, whether in the East or the West or whatever, don't have the same rights like men. They don't like to admit it, some of them, but it's true, because men makes the laws. When men actually put the laws down, and even women are not paid the same jobs the same as men. So there's something wrong, something injustice. And maybe that's what moves me into choosing female leads in my stories. I shoot all my films in real places. I don't like studios. And it's a real factory. Part of the girls are real, part are young actresses, or even some of them studied theater, and they wanted to be a part of the film. They're not extras, they just wanted to be part of the film. And they were, and I think thanks to them there's a lot of reality and chemistry between the characters. Natural chemistry comes in, you know, which gives power to the film. Actually, the ending is very important. I mean, this dance means a lot of things. You see, the dance is her liberation, but it's more than that. I mean, she takes the veil off. She dances for herself. She releases tension. They come out of the movie satisfied because they wanted her to do that.
صباح الخير.
The talent for filmmaking clearly runs in the Khan family, as his daughter, Nadine, brought us her evocative debut film, Chaos Disorder. We had the chance to have a little chat to her as well.
The idea of the film started while I was working as an assistant on another film with Yusri Nasrallah, and we were filming in Lebanon in a refugee camp, Ain al-Halwa. And the idea started from there, the idea of a closed community and the food and water distribution system in that community. And then it developed into connecting it to a lot of slum areas in Egypt or in Syria or in Jordan. It's related more to the Arab world. And actually after screening the film, I discovered that it's related all around the world to any closed community or gated community in a way. From the idea, developing the script, finding production, everything took 6 years. The real shoot is only 4 weeks. It's a culture created with its own rules, with its own language. This culture has been growing for so many years that it's actually all around us and we're part of it. But we keep on trying to act like this is something we're not part of. And in my film, what I'm trying to say is, or what I'm trying to admit is the existence of this without really judging it, whether it's good or bad. I don't care, but in the end, the existence of this new culture. And so I find it's the same everywhere. It's just looking at the life of us somehow, but in a parallel reality. So you somehow, when you see it, but it's not you, you kind of think about it differently. So that's the whole point. The two main men leads, I chose them from the beginning and I wanted them. But the girl, Ayten Aymer, actually when I was with the producer, he suggested her, and I didn't know her very well. And then when I met her, and I just felt suddenly she's Manel, my character. So it was a good thing, yeah, in the end.
Personne ne pouvait prévoir qu'il allait mourir maintenant. Allez, viens avec nous.
An all-around extremely successful festival which is growing in popularity and had us captivated for a week. The festival closed on a high note with the comedy drama Rock the Kasbah, which starred, among others, the legendary Omar Sharif. The actress Murjana Alawi, one of the lead characters in the film, told us about the work with him, the film, and the director, Leila Marakshi.
I wasn't planning on being an actress, I wanted to be a journalist. So with Leila Marakshi, the director of Rock the Kasbah, that I knew, we did a film called Maroc, and that's how it all started. And then I went and studied acting, so I did it a bit upside down. So the film is based on 3 days during a funeral of a patriarch. For me, it's a film about family ties, truth, intimacy, becoming adults. It's a real dramatic comedy about these sisters who, once their father died, transform in some ways into more independent, strong, and evolved women. Well, Leila and I know each other really well, so it's cool to work with her. I know when she wants something from me. She knows when I'm honest with my acting. So we get along really well on that level. And she gives space to actors to improvise, to bring substance to their characters, to bring them alive. I had a couple scenes with him. Such a great man, very humble. I was surprised to meet such a humble man. So I think it's progressed enormously. In all the big festivals, there's always a Middle East film, an Arab film. All the festivals in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, here in London, are getting a lot of press and attention. So I'm very impressed by the way it's going. On this film, what I really enjoyed when I watched it is all those moments of truth and intimacy that the director managed to capture.
Donc maintenant, c'est moi qui décide.
Mais comment tu as pu te taire? Oh! Je vous emmerde! Je vais boire une bière et vous oubliez tous!
We're screening Rock the Kasbah, which is probably one of my favourite films in the programme. It's a wonderful film to close on. Star-studded cast. So it's a wonderful wonderful closing night film to have. And yes, I am sad to see it end. We've been working flat out on it for the past 10 months, so for it to be over in such a short space of time is quite sad, but we're really thirsty to kind of make it happen again. So 2016, watch out.
Right, I'm here with the executive director of SAFAR Film Festival, and she has granted us access to a lot of events, so we thank you for that. And thank you guys for joining us. It has been absolutely amazing. We have cried, we have laughed, we have been inspired, very, very inspired. Join us next week as we roam the streets for London to give you some of the best events that are happening right now in the UK from the Middle East communities. Until then,
take care.